Greetings, I'm Xbox Ahoy and this is episode 7 of my Modern Warfare 2 Weapons Guides. In this episode we're taking a look at one of the first available sniper rifles, the Barrett 50 cal. The Barrett is based on the real-life M82A1 SASR, or Special Applications Scoped Rifle. It is a semi-automatic weapon. It originates from the United States and is produced by Tennessee-based Barrett Firearms manufacturing. It was designed in 1980 and first entered service with the Swedish military in 1989, and subsequently with the US in 1990. It fires the 50 calibre Browning machine gun cartridge, also known as the 12.7x99mm NATO round. In-game, the Barrett comes with a scope attached by default. The Barrett is a high-powered rifle that is usually capable of taking down opponents in one shot. Unsilenced with stopping power, a hit to anywhere other than the limbs will be a one-hit kill. As it's a semi-automatic, it is possible to fire the rifle quickly, although the massive recoil means the effective rate of fire is relatively slow. As a last-ditch attempt to stay alive at close quarters, emptying the magazine in the general direction of your enemy can prove quite effective, but under normal circumstances you will want to keep the fire rate low. The scope is essential for taking out targets at long range, as it has a high degree of magnification, allowing you to place accurate fire beyond the range of most other weapons. While aiming, you can hold your breath to reduce scope sway and increase your chances of hitting enemies at range. This will quickly become second nature. The first available attachment is the silencer. While being able to remain off the minimap is very useful, the silencer will decrease the amount of damage you do, meaning that even with stopping power, you will need to hit the upper chest or head to get a one-hit kill. If you plan on being a stealthy sniper, I'd advise against using the Barrett. The WA2000 and M21 EVR are both better weapons to use silenced, as follow-up shots are a lot easier with those. The heartbeat sensor can be quite useful for detecting enemies who are trying to sneak up behind you. If you listen carefully for the beep, you can tell when an enemy is approaching, even while scoped in, which may give you enough time to pull out your secondary weapon and have a better close quarters defense. Unfortunately, Ninja is a very effective counter to the heartbeat sensor, so it's wise to use claymores effectively. Don't rely 100% on the heartbeat sensor. There are 3 available optics available for sniper rifles, including the default scope. The ACOG scope has less magnification than the default, and you lose the ability to steady the scope sway by holding your breath. The loss of precision means it's not a very common choice for a sniper rifle, but there are some benefits to using it. Aim speed is a lot quicker with the ACOG, meaning that in the smaller, faster-paced maps you can be quite effective. You also get the benefits of improved peripheral vision and slightly less view kick than the default scope, meaning your follow-up shots will be faster. It suits a more aggressive style of play with the Barrett. The other available optic is the thermal scope. You lose some definition, but gain the ability to easily spot enemies at a distance, even if obscured by cover or foliage. The thermal scope is particularly useful on wasteland. Being able to see through the long grass allows you to target enemy snipers much more easily. FMJ is as expected. It increases penetration and thus damage through surfaces. It is probably the most effective all-round attachment, as it means you are more likely to get a one-hit kill through thin cover. I used FMJ for quite a long time to get the mastery challenge for the Barrett, and once I moved on to the other attachments I found myself missing the increased penetration. Completing the FMJ challenge gives you extended magazines, with 15 rounds at your disposal instead of 10. It's not a terribly useful attachment, I must say. With sleight of hand, reload times are very quick, and I never found myself running the magazine dry, so I'd give extended magazines a miss. As a general rule of thumb, you need to keep your distance from your targets when employing a sniper rifle. Stick behind cover as you'll be harder to hit at range, and you can duck down to avoid incoming fire. If you can't get into cover, going prone is a good alternative. This eliminates an obvious silhouette and makes you harder to hit. Use the scope to scan choke points in high traffic areas, but avoid staying scoped in for too long, as danger can come from all angles. You have a massive advantage when undetected at range, as you are able to place accurate and deadly fire before the enemy can retaliate. Don't be too quick to fire, be patient and place your shot for a one-hit kill where possible, and you'll avoid alerting the enemy and giving them a chance to take cover. If you do your job effectively and manage to kill a few enemies from the same spot, you can be certain that they will make a redoubled effort to kill you. You can expect a barrage of grenades and rockets to come your way, and it is likely that the enemy will try and get close to you via the rear and flanks to eliminate your range advantage. Nothing elicits ire quite like an effective sniper. At closer ranges, the slower aim speed and rate of fire means you are vulnerable. A good secondary weapon is a must, as are claymores to guard entry points to your location. Shotguns are a popular choice for close quarters defense, as are machine pistols for short to medium ranges. For the majority of my time with the Barrett, I was using the USP. The fast swap of the pistols meant I was able to quickly take out close-range assailants. As a sniper, you will have great mobility, and it can be beneficial to relocate frequently after taking a shot. This will keep the enemies guessing your location and help your long-term survival. Be cautious when moving to a new position. Switch to your secondary in case you run into unexpected opposition, and try to stick to the edges of the map if you can. Don't be too aggressive. If you end up too close to the enemy, they'll have no trouble taking you out. There's no harm in hanging back and waiting for the enemy to come to you. Sniping rewards a more patient style of play. With the Barrett, you need to ensure a reliable one-hit kill to be effective. Stopping power is a good perk to use to ensure your effectiveness in this regard, although this does mean you are visible on the UAV and to air support. You can get away with using cold-blooded, but your shots will need to be more accurate, as only clean shots to the upper chest and head will be one-hit kills. While a silencer may seem like a good choice with cold-blooded, it will mean that you often have to hit an enemy twice to kill them, and the Barrett is not suited to follow-up shots terribly well. Sleight of Hand Pro will give you an edge in aiming quickly, and the quicker reload speed is welcome too. For your yellow perk, I would recommend either Steady Aim Pro for the ability to hold your breath for longer, or Ninja to move silently and stay off heartbeat sensors. The Barrett is a devastating weapon when used unsilenced with stopping power, usually resulting in a reliable one-hit kill. I wouldn't recommend using it in a stealthy role, as more often than not you'll get a hit marker, and the recoil makes rapid follow-up shots tricky. The Barrett is a capable weapon, statistically similar to the intervention. Once you know the good spots and choke points on a map, you can start doing some real damage to the enemy team. Use range to your advantage and try not to stay in the same place for too long. If successful, you will rack up the kills and sap enemy morale. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. My next video will be about the first available handgun, the USP-45. Until then, farewell.